Alright, we have a square. This is a tricky problem. It's like a riddle. It's not like a normal math problem. There's not really a steps to do. So I have to think about how this would go down. So because there's a root in there, we think the edges might have to have a root, because how else could a root get involved unless it's already on the edge? The funny thing is, if one edge has a square root of 2 and the other edge has a square root of 2, they're going to hit each other and get rid of the square root. So we must have actually two sections. One section with the square root of 2, and then another section. And then since it's a square, the other side has to have the same section. So hopefully this will become clear in a second. Okay, here's our square. Let me move this little marker down. Oops, come on. Okay, let me change colors. This orange section is what we don't know. So far what we're playing with is square root of 2 is on both sides. Now when they hit each other, it's going to make a 2. Wow, that's not what we have. Our target again is 2 root 2 plus 3. So how are we going to make a 3 out of this? The thing is, down here in this section and over here, these are going to be the same thing. Is there any way for us to make these to be root 2's? That way we'll have 2 of them, we'll have 2 root 2, and that'll be our 2 root 2 section, will be if these are both root 2. And we can see that the only way to make that root 2 is if this were a 1, and if this were a 1. And then we need to figure out what this section is. Let me switch colors again. This section is all that's left. And our target is 3. Well, we already have 2, so we would like this to be a 1. And now we have it. We have, let's one more time for fun. We have a root 2, so and a root 2, that's 2 root 2's. And we have a 2 and a 3 and a 1, that makes a 3. We have 2 root 2 plus 3. So the edge must be root 2 plus 1. And the other edge, of course, is the same since it is a square. So the fact that it's multiple choice helps as a clue on the riddle. But yeah, there's no elegant algebraic way to go through this. Just familiarity with squares and kind of reasoning it out and trying to figure it out like a riddle. Alright, hope that helped. Bye.